Good. So, welcome to our first invited lecture this semester. I'm not really a big fan of making a long introduction, so I already announced that Gabriel is going to be our special guest. I met him in summer in France at the Catfarm, a really cool project. And without further ado, please, Gabriel, you are the expert, so I'm not going to take away any of your time. So thank you very much for coming, and everyone, please enjoy the show. You can already start typing questions in the chat if you like, but otherwise we're just going to do it as usual. We're going to stop the recording at some point, and then you can also unmute yourself and just ask questions at the end of the session or type them while Gabriel is talking. So let's go.
Nice. Thank you, Benjamin, to this invitation and Anan to support both of you really recently, and it's a big honor and pleasure for me to come here. This sharing of today, I want to share with you is connect with my dream in life. I have this romantically but conscious dream of transform, change the system. And for what I understood in life, to make this change, it's important to construct bridges with what we have now. And I try to discover many ways to do it in life. I'm continuous to process and to try to find. But until now, the best way I found was in the construction of communities. And communities can be a lot of different things. I will talk about a type of community, is an intention community. And I will explain a little bit about it. And I'm connected with Catfarm. Catfarm is a intention community in the south of France, near of Montpellier. And I lived there around 3 years and a half. And I developed this idea of community life, community construction. And I want to change the system because I feel we live in one context, the level of well-being is really down. And I believe it's possible to us to have a more high level of well-being. Logical, we live in one planet with a lot of unfairness, injustice. Depends where you're born, you can have different conditions. But I feel it's possible in this way to construct bridges to the transition of regeneration from a system now sick in the different way of the sustainability, like the environmental way, the social, the economical, for something more health, with high health well-being for everyone. I will express a little bit this next 1 hour about this experience of Catfarm. You can, like Benjamin told, you can write down the questions. I will be really happy to reply if I can in the finish. And this is the idea. Catfarm, like we are between 15, 20 people, 25 maximum. And we live in one farm. I will show to you one video. And we are connected based of this vision. We are there connected to inspire, grow, and share together. And it's interesting because this sequence of this course is about the limits to growth. And in the vision we have, there is the growth word. But it's really connected with the self-growth. And I feel in this process to grow ourselves, to have more knowledge about ourselves, this growth can be unlimited. The idea of inspire is like to inspire is because the idea is to learn, to have contact with new inspirations, new references in life, and put this in practice, like change your behavior. And in base of this learn and this change of behavior, you be inspiration for yourself and for the environment too. In base of it, like to keep the currency with what you learn and your actions, you become an inspiration. And you have your self process of growth, of develop yourself, but you can share this too. You have space to share. And it's hard to share not together, but we put focus on it because the idea of this community construction of Catfarm is to share together, to keep always the reflection between the individuality and the collective, and focus in the develop of the community, the collective construction. This is philosophical base. Like when I say we are intention community, the intention of Catfarm is focused in education, and education not like in the formal school like we see sometimes like in the university, is more based of no formal education. We don't have like the structure of a class or an end of a course or pre-definition. We learn with the day by day, and we are like one big laboratory to be on one school of how can be more balance in life, how can raise this well-being, how can have more fairness and other values is important to us. And we experience many things there, and we learn and we share, and there is this process. I would like to share a video to you to illustrate a little bit. It's 2 minutes. It's a video about Catfarm, and I try to do it. Thank you, function well. And after I come back.
Beautiful people here bringing and developing their gifts. It's beautiful to be here. It really makes my heart dance to see like all of these beautiful people here bringing and developing their gifts.
But it's so intense that what you learn in this amount of time, it's just incredible. Like when you pass through this experience, you know better what you want. Definitely.
We all are experienced like in different fields of life, and when we come together and gather, it's like a giant treasure box where everyone has like unique gifts to give like to the community.
We're all here in between 18 to 30 years old, young people having almost no experience in life, but still thinking that there's maybe more to it than just living in a single apartment.
You are a beautiful person, Catfarm.
I will go back for presentation. Okay, I think my thing started to share again. Like this, when I told I'm living my dream, I feel this process to change the system and to create this bridge. There is this huge part of share about what you live and invite the people for live it and to plant some seeds. I would like for everyone have a small soil, independent of the size of the soil, to plant the seeds of the dream of them and have the possibility to grow and raise it. I do my best, and in Catfarm, we do the best we can to go in this way and develop this space. And the intention communities, there is something interesting. Like in companies, normally the people be together, connect because of profit. In NGO, because of the goals of the NGO. And like this, there is different type of organization structures. And intention communities, There is different reasons to be connected, the people connect, but the most strong reason is the sharing of values. And for me, this is really, really nice. And in Catfarm, we have the alignment between us of three values. We have more than three values, but what we highlight is three ones. Community, in this base of construct together and many times reflect about the individuality and the collective. Like, it's not to erase your individuality. It's important to keep your identity. But many times in life, and depend of the cultural background, we put in priority the individuality short term than the collective medium long term. And in this community values, in this community overview, we are attentive of it. Even like many problems of the sustainability in the world is based off this really pushing connected with the individuality. And we are like reflecting, and it's really important to us, this community collective construction. The creativity is another really important value. We are really connect with new solutions. Many times we don't know how can make things different. And we, in base of this collective construction, the community intelligence, what we call, we gathering and we use the creativity for these new solutions. And this is really important to us. And even we give a lot of importance for art. It's a way to us to connect with the creativity and put this in practice. Another really important value to us, and is connected with the course, is sustainability. And I can use the three bases, like in the environmental, social, and economical. In the environmental way, we practice a lot of like different ways of life with different behaviors to impact less the planet. We use like dry toilets, example with compost system. We don't poo in the water. We are out of grid. We use now solar panels, but we are open to reflect about other different technologies. And we reflect a lot about the use of the electricity. Like sometimes when you are in life, you only plug the things in the charge and you don't think about how much you use of electricity. And when you are out of grid, you need to think, because if you plug something consume a lot, you'll be without electricity. We have water from the wells, and we have many practices to have economy of water and other points, like an example, the products we use in the day by day, like to clean, we make it, and other things to impact less, plastic conscious and things like this. In the social point, social aspect, we open a lot of space for self-reflection, for the respect of the life in general, not only about the humans, but the animals, the vegetables, and like this. And we have a system, I will talk a little bit further, to have horizontal governance. Is a way, in the way to have a pyramidal organization. We have something more flat, and there is no boss. We organize and we share it. And in the economical aspect, we think a lot about like the resource we have, how we can share it, not the finance aspect. We have a compensation system that people is important to have euros to live in Europe, and we have different ways to keep the currency of what is important and what we put in practice. And this is really present, like what we are doing. In base, we have like the values is what's important to us and what bound us. The people connect with Catfarm, these people between 15 and 25 in different levels, because there is people with more commitment, less committed. We connect by this, what is important, these values. And we have some guiding principles. Since you come to, and this is the part of the culture of Catfarm, since you come there, you're going to feel it and you're going to be part, and you can stay or not. Like if you align, you stay. If you don't align, and if you are open to exchange, there is space to exchange and to construct something together. And if you don't align, you always like have the freedom and the possibility to move and to don't be part. This is something important to say, because we don't have a guru, a lead, or someone to centralize the decision or what is correct, wrong, even we don't discuss like this. Because it's easy, small groups, like communities, become something really restrict and remove the freedom of people like sect. But we are really conscious about it, and this is really important. Like this, we have like guiding principle like self-management, to have a reflection to distribute the authority and use the collective intelligence. We have the methodology based of this horizontal governance. I will share the next slides. We open a lot the space to safely express vulnerability. Like this, we can develop the trust, the honesty, and the communication. I feel the chain of trust is one of the most important to hold the values I told before. Without trust, it's really difficult to create something we call safe space. And this safe space is the space we can exchange and construct something with better well-being and the values we have. Like in Catfarm, we speak English, even if you are in France, to be more inclusive from the different nationalities. And we welcome people from really different nationalities. Normally, if you have like 20 per people, we are like 10 different nationalities. Like this, the safe space is really important to have the respect and the exchange in the way health. We are really focused to create opportunities, like to empower the people to then gain like more self-confidence and don't like reduce the dependence and be more than self, remove the masks and remove even the walls of like finance, distance, cultural aspect. We offer the maximum we can, like free education process, like we have different ways to make it. And we try the best to don't create these walls and this distance for normally people with more privilege. And it's amazing to construct for everyone, even for who have privilege. But it's nice to think about and create opportunities for who don't have the privilege. We are really focused to connect with yourself, like to ourselves, with the connection with body, mind, spirit, and shadow. Sometimes in life, we be really separate, like principle, body, mind, heart, and mind. And I don't know how you're going to express it. But this separation is not so natural because everything is together. And it's important to us to remove some masks and leave this idea of wellness because everything is interconnected. Like this, we have practices of dance, of sing, of connection. Like this, we can rearrange and rebalance this distance sometimes of mind and body. And to show reliable alternatives, like with the creativity and collaboration, many times with the collective intelligence, we find really new alternatives and new ways of life for like different problems. And we implement it and we continue this development. Like how do we work? We have the inspiration of holacracy, and we tell like we have a horizontal governance model. Governance is the base, the rules of how you take decision in any organization. And more or less 3 years ago, I like a lot to study about different organization models. I studied many years, like more than 10 years, about holacracy. And 3 years ago, I decided to implement holacracy in Catfarm. And in the way to have like a pyramidal model, like there is like a director, a manager, blah, 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 and the operation, like in the base. And like normally who is in the top never be present in the base is really rare and create a lot of distance and not so, the communication don't be so flowing. We have something more flat, horizontal. There is no boss, there is no one in the top. There is no this pyramidal. We organize ourselves by circles and rows. Like we have like 6 circles and we have many rows. We like the circles is like the domains of activities of the organization, in the case Catfarm community. To illustrate to you, we have the building is connected of the construction, the repairing, the physical part. There is the garden, connected with the fruits, the vegetables, the garden of Catfarm, the maintenance, the planting, and everything around it. There is life. Life is the domain, the circle, connect with the day by day, like the kitchen, to the DIY, to make the projects, to deal with the money, the food aspect, everything of these activities be around the circle life. There is the balance. Balance is like a human resource. It's like a balance of the emotion and the social aspect, and even the structure of the physical structure of Catfarm. Like if someone have an unbalance, emotional imbalance, and need someone to talk, be around this balance circle. There is the growth. Growth is connected with finance, project overview, social media, legal aspects, marketing, everything connect with this develop of the organization. And there is the creative expression we call sexy, is connected with the art aspect and the develop of the how these circles connect with art. And this is pretty important to us. Only one example of role to illustrate. In the balance, we have something we call care cat. Why we have it? Like we are like a village, and sometimes people have a conflict, they are not happy, or they have something to balance, and it's important to have someone with more base, with the responsibility to welcome it, to process and do a reply and say this is possible, this is not possible, well, we're going to find a way, we're going to do mediation of conflict. And the care cat is a role, someone going to energize it, a person energize this role, and this person be around with this responsibility to keep the emotion balance and check if there is the energy down, the energy up, and need any type of activity or balance for the community become more with better well-being. Like this, how the roles, they have a purpose to exist, like why these exist. And sometimes in organization, we are doing things and even we don't know why we are doing. And this is really important. We have a why, the purpose, we have responsibilities, and we have the domains, like the circle we be around to execute the activities. And extra it, there is many methodologies to how can take a decision and have interconnection of the people and the circles, and everyone can have voice. It's not centralized of the director and the director take a decision. We have guidelines and ways to take a decision, but everyone can voice it. And there is a constant process. The organization is like something alive, and it's important to keep the openness for this input to make change, to us to have evolution. And this, like in the horizontal governance, like inspired by holacracy, we take a lot of this methodology. I don't have so much space to explain deeply, but if someone wants to know more, can contact me, and I have pleasure to share. But it's in the overview of the organization is something alive, and everyone can bring inputs with the responsibilities they have, and the organization can can evolve fast. They can make adjust, because it's not only to go like this. Sometimes you need to go like this too, or go like this. In the organizations, we have these tendencies only like up, 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 up. But sometimes we need to breathe and we keep more, or even to reduce, to keep this balance. Like this, when I started like 3 years ago, one big challenge was to think, okay, how the information, we are like a village with 20 people here, how are we going to make this flowing of the information, like to keep this balance and the people don't be lost and have a cooperation and have interconnection. And we create a diagram to separate like what was these domains, and we separate like human resource, projects, community life, market design, and finance. And from it, we start to organize everything in one tool. like hold the information, because this is another chaos, another problem in the organizations. How can organize the information? Because there is so much information that people is exchange every time. How we can like put this in one way after you can use it and the people can process it. And it's really challenge. And we create a system inside of one platform, is called Notion. And we create like something, a Wikipedia that we call Catfarm Wiki. And all the information, we do the best of the community, of the construction, of the holacracy, we centralize in this wiki. And the idea is to have transparency and everyone committed, connected with the organization, with roles, energized roles, and with some like alignment. They can access the information and be part of the construction of the community. Like this is the one overview of how we organize ourselves, how we take decisions, and like how we can go out of this hierarchical pyramidal construction to be more aligned for the community construction of sharing, of co-construction, of with this respect of well-being, and reduce the dependency and do more motivation and stimulus for the responsibility and for reply for what you are responsible in the world. Like this is one picture of Catfarm. Another point I want to share with you is, since we are together, we are 20, 25, like we are humans, it's important to have some directions, because if you don't have some agreements, like I told you about the guiding principles, about the values, we have guidelines. And there is like, we have 8 guidelines. I didn't put them full here. And even we have a board. We like a lot in Catfarm to have some boards to organize ourselves. And we put these words, but it's not only words, it's behaviors behind. And we explain it, like respect, no violence, communication, cooperation, reflection, responsibility, agreements, respect of the agreements, and well-being is something precious for us. And everyone, before to come to Catfarm, we have a talk, we explain, and you come if you even only if you really want, and you align for these guidelines. And the policies. The policies, like we are in one environment, and it's really important to have the respect with the others and with yourself. And example, in Catfarm, we don't allow meat or fish in the community space, and all the meals is a vegan diet. We have this to respect the vegan philosophy, which some people are vegan. We are not a vegan community, but we feel for be more connected with the sustainability in the environmental way and this raise of well-being, we experience this vegan diet. You can have your vegetarian ingredients, but fish and meat is not allowed, because if someone is vegan and open the fridge and see a head of a chicken, this will impact a lot. Like this, we explain everyone before to come, and the person come if they accept to experience this way of life. We are substance free, as another policy we have. We don't have any moral aspect connect with drugs or alcohol. Like it's not to say it's wrong, correct, is good or bad. We say inside of the Catfarm is not allowed. You can go out and do whatever you want, but when you come back, you are conscious and you respect the guidelines. We had a lot of problems in the past with principal alcohol, because the people use the substance and they enter in the space of others. Because of like this, we decided 2 years ago, no substance, drugs, no alcohol. And this is a really good experience, raise a lot the safe space. And even we bring the possibility for the person like experience it, leave this laboratory for the time they want to be connected. Any type of violence or stealing is tolerated. Like we have, it's not to say it's not allow conflict or it's not allow imbalance. This we have a lot of space to welcome. We are not in the way of positivism and to be fake and like create walls of the shadows you have. We want to have it, but it's important to be conscious, and we offer tools like no violence communication, consent, for the people be more aligned and don't generalize in one way to destruct others. Like this, there is another policy. And any type of damage of the property of Catfarm or the personal one, the person damaged it is co-responsible. We open all the resources we have, but like we have a car, community car, we have a lot of tools, you can use it. We have guidance for it. But if you broke because of bad use, you are co-responsible of it. And with these guidelines and policies is a way to us to be more clear and transparent of the alignments. Like this, we reduce the anxiety, and the people, when they arrive or after when they stay, they always have the reference like, okay, I know where I can be. Or if I don't agree with something, I have voice to express and to propose something. But it's not to mean I have voice, this will change. Because there is a process and we are collective, and there is the methodology to check if this proposition is aligned or not with the values and what we are constructing. Like this, I make another overview for you of the way we organize and the way we be in Catfarm. We have some tools for keep this well-being. We have like sharing circle is a tools like I didn't really explain the tools now, but it's a way to keep this balance of emotion balance in the community. We use a lot the tools of no violence communication. We offer workshops about it. We talk about it. We put in practice. We use the tools of consent. Consent is something really important. We offer the workshop and the tools when the person is new. We do mediation of conflict if it be necessary by pairs or more. Like we have the cat, they train themselves to offer this type of tools. And we have other things. Sometimes it's only sit and talk, but we are attentive, and it's really important to us to give space for it. I would like to share a little bit to you to have better idea of is the day by day of us. Like from Monday to Friday, we have a frame, and Saturday and Sunday is like day off. We welcome the people in different ways, but like we have Europe Solidarity Corps volunteers, we have normal open call volunteers, we offer youth exchange, Erasmus program. There is different ways to connect, but there is a way generally of the day by day. We have like 6 hours from Monday to Friday per day of volunteer time. And we start the activities with a morning meeting. Like in reality, the first activity is the breakfast. And like we start at 8:30. We have like 3 meals per day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this guide the timeline of the day. And everyone in Catfarm is co-responsible to cook and clean. We do a rotation. And like this is another solution we found to keep the horizontality, because we are a little bit crazy. Sometimes we do like a shift of the hierarchy because someone is cooking or cleaning. And this we want to deconstruct. And independent of how long you are in Catfarm, what the roles you energize, you are part and you are co-responsible to cook and clean. Like this, someone wake up early to do the breakfast from 8:30 to 9. At 9, we do the morning meeting. In the morning meeting is in this place where I show the picture. We have some boards, and it's a way to us to organize, and we connect like how the community start the day together. This reduces the chance of someone start the day at 3 and another at 1 and another at 6 a.m. Like this, everyone starts. We connect, we do announcements, like something is important to tell for all the community. We pass the activities of the day, is in the board, and we start the day. The people already have the self-responsibility, the self-management, and they connect and they go for the building, for the garden, depend of the role they energize. They stay active until the lunch. The lunch, we do a pause, we do the meals together, like we cook for, like the person is responsible to cook for everyone. And this, we have a lot of economy, of resource, of time, of food, and blah, blah, blah. And if you don't want to eat together, it's okay. You can take your plate and eat someone else, but we have the time, right? And after it, you have the time to rest. We eat at 1. We start at 3 and we go on to 5, depend of the sun. And from 5 until the dinner, you have your space. We do workshops. Every time there is a offering of activities in base of what the knowledge is in the cat farm at the moment. And everyone is invited to share the knowledge they want if you respect the guidelines and the values we have. And after we have the dinner, we eat again. And after the dinner, you do whatever. We have a good internet. The people do personal projects, develop things, go to sing, go to the nature. We have a beautiful hills. And yeah, Saturday and Sunday is a day off. We are really close off the beach. You can go to the beach, you can walk in the hills. And we have only some community tasks. Like this is the boards, like we have this one blue, like the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the clean of the day. And the people put the names like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they put the name and there is a rotation. There is the community tasks, like go to the letterbox and take it, go to the market to buy food, and we do a rotation too. We have we call calendar, is we write down the activities of the day and being the board. We put this online too, but it's nice. We always try to keep the physical and the digital. Is a really good support. And we write down the activities of the week in this calendar. And yeah, this is an overview of how is the day by day of the activities and what we are doing and how we organize. And is this what I'm telling you is in base of many years of experience, fails, adjust, and develop. This is another part. I want to go now a little bit for like the projects we are doing, because we have the base of the day by day, these concepts we develop, like no violence communication, permaculture, like consent, art, dance. And to us to survive, what we do, we write projects for like European funds. We found many European funds like Erasmus, Europe's Red Corps, local grants like from France for Euro. And we take these things we practice and we feel is nice, have a good impact in the planet, and to offer for more people. And like I told, the free education, the free access, like without finance aspect, we write this grant, and this is a way to us to reinvest in Catfarm community and welcome new people to come and live it. Like we do every year Europe's Red Corps. Even now we have one position open. If someone be interested can contact me. Like it is 6 volunteers from March to December. You stay in Catfarm during 9 months, and you be involved with this one think future is connected with permaculture and biodiversity in the community. Is this one we're going to do this year, 2024? And we have like 6, and there is one position open. If you are interested, you can come and be part. With this, you have like a support, finance support, like we call pocket money, and you have all the expense covered. You don't pay anyone in Catfarm pay food or rent or nothing. Everyone exchange the volunteer time for all this and support us to construct. And there is some of these roles I show you, even there is compensation because it's more long-term roles and the people stay like 1, 2, 3 years, and it's important is a work of the person. Like this, we have the Europe's Red Corps. We have use exchange. Use exchange is more short term, is 2 weeks in the year. This year we have already 2 use exchange confirmed. I revive and I create. Like I revive and I create is connected with art and the revive of the well-being of the human interactions in this communal structure, like really old ways, like in tribes to connect and exchange. And we going to practice it with this no formal education construction event we call use exchange. And it will be 2 weeks, and one you'll be in April and another one in May. Like this, if you access the Instagram or Facebook, you're going to see. And if you are interested, you can subscribe yourself. But every year we offer these 2 weeks programs. Sometimes we do 3, 2. We offer sometimes trainings too. Maybe we're going to do a training about community life, we call eco life, and you'll be connected with bioconstruction is something, one aspect strong in Catfarm. And this way to take decision with holacracy, let's see, is not approved yet, but the I Revive and I Created are already approved. And we have like some long-term use exchange too. It's a project of 3 years. An example, this donut economy we are finishing now was like about circular economy, this concept, donut economy, and was really nice. We did in partnership with Estonia, Netherlands, and Spain. And now we are starting one, the name is Ecosystem, is to develop a template of communities, like to us to create something. Everything I'm telling here is open source, is Creative Commons. And we want to share for other people want to develop intention community or are already doing it to take this technology, develop it, be better, and continuously share. Like this connect with my dream. I feel the bridge to change the system or to transform the system will be faster. And this ecosystem is really focused, is between France, Greece, Belgium, Italy, and Spain. It's a lot of organizations, 5 countries. And we're going to develop this template of communities to share with other communities who want to raise this like idea and share values. This is the 2 examples of K2. And this is some example of user exchange, this educative program of 2 weeks we did in the past. They go from more or less 2 weeks. Like this with nature was in the past, and we talk about do it yourself. Like we make like kombucha, soap, products of cleaning, and we share a lot of this idea, not only how can make it, but how is the impact of only make your own detergent, your own soap. Like this can have a nice impact, and we reflect about it. Some pictures of the people and the activities. Another one was was connected with performance and self-expression to face the problems of discrimination. This is something really we fight in Catfarm. We have a lot of nationalities, diversity, and everyone know like we have a lot of preconcept, discrimination in the world, and even when why immigrants in countries, you be really affected on it. And we discuss about it, and we use art to reflect and like offer the people the overview about this point. We had read about garden and mindfulness. We call Go Grounding, was connected with techniques of permaculture and the idea of mindfulness. We had read the Eco Life. I told maybe we're going to do the training, and we did the bioconstruction practice and the way to organizing community. We construct this hobbit house, these domes. The base of the technique is Kerte, and in Catfarm we construct like 5 square meters domes, and is a way to us to have new accommodations. And this is 2 examples what we did, and we do every year things connect with it. And even if you come like an open co-volunteer, if you want to connect with the building circle, you're going to have practice connect with it, and you're going to learn. Some people, we have projects already more of 2 years connect with the plastic, like to reduce, reuse, and even recycle plastic. We was inspired of precious plastic community in Netherlands, and we create this project Bridge for Plastic to bring more conscience around the plastic, reduce, reuse, and even recycle. But to recycle is really challenge. We are out of grid, and you need to use a lot of electricity, and we face some, but this is part of the innovation. We face some new challenges, and we discover it only in the process. This is something intense in this community construction. It's really hard to preview. There is many organic process, is a complex system. This idea of super control don't function. And many things you know only doing and living the process. And it's important to keep this open. If you're not, you'll be crazy or you don't be there. Like you you give up because it is more connected with the natural flow. The nature, they are more like this. The things is hard to control and there is a flowing, but they are open to adapt. And this is part of what we are trying to construct in this Catfarm community, to be with better well-being, to be more natural, to be less against of the nature, because the process we are living now, the system is really against. And the one last project I want to share with you is MyCoco. Was really nice project, was a local grant with the Montpellier Capital of the Culture of 2028, and we apply and we get it. We connect mushroom production, art, and bioconstruction. Was really nice, and we produced these mushrooms. I put a video here, like let's see if it's possible to some, and this is the house. Maybe let's see if it functions well, but we construct this house with some base of sustainability to use the water. We use Kobe technique, but really construct for the mushroom production was a really large walls. It was based off bioconstruction. And you can see inside there is already some mushrooms growing, and we connect with local artists, international artists, and yeah, we make this big mix. We like a lot to connect different things in Catfarm, like these different domains, and make something with innovation, new and interesting. And yeah, this is a big picture of Catfarm community and my life, what I'm living. I decide for my life to live in communities, and even I am my idea is to develop a network of community. I am from Brazil, and I'm developing a project in Brazil too, of community. And I want to create this network that people can exchange knowledge of different backgrounds, different cultural aspects, different regions, and they can be in different places. Like if you want to come from France to Brazil, or Brazil from France, and you can exchange, you can live these things. There is, like in Brazil, there is a lot of things there is not in France, and there is a lot of things in France there is not in Brazil. Why we can't create this safe space and open the possibility of exchange, of learning together, of exchange resource to communal construction? Why not? And I am putting my life to this construction, and for me it's a pleasure to share with you. I am open now for questions, curiosities, or whatever.
Thank you very much for this very different talk. I'm really sure that this is not what most people expected after a very university-focused, technology-heavy lecture, now having like a very different perspective. I'm very happy about that, because it helps you also to see like things from like a different angle.